I'm pretty sure most of the people in this room and I have watched 300 plus hours of Mega64, and the same could be said to Game Grumps. And I think that it has had a really profound effect on me, clearly, because I mean I'm here and everyone else is here. And how could that not? And I want to know if that similar profound effect has happened to you guys with anything else, and how do you think it's different?
Like somebody that we met,
or no, like something that you just watched, had like a personal connection to for 300 hours.
Well, honestly, for me, my weekend, every weekend for like majority of my life was watching Mystery Science Theater in the mornings. I wake up on Saturday or Sunday morning, or whatever day it was, now I can't remember, but I would wake up and that would be on TV as I did whatever. That was, half my life was spent doing that. And so that definitely just went into me, and I definitely absorbed that. Which is why, I don't really get starstruck, and even people ask like, oh, were you nervous when you were directing like Reggie and the thing, or Kojima, and they're just people. I really don't, it's just another person in the video, so I really don't get starstruck that much. But when we filmed something with Mike Nelson for Mystery Science, it was like hard to talk. It was like, because in my head, man, you've inspired everything that has been funny to me. Nothing I will say is funny to you, I'm sure. You know what I mean? I just lose all confidence, and it's just, thanks, man. And it was so hard to speak. So, I don't know, for me, that show is something that just through osmosis, just definitely,
I think for me, it's something that I was talking about a lot, was Howard Stern. I listen to Howard Stern all the time, and he puts on like a 4-hour show, daily, so it's it's a lot to absorb. But if any aspect of that, Eric, the actor, I fall asleep listening to his calls still. It's like I'm going pushing on like 5 years of doing that, and I just became like I know everything about. I don't know why, but I know everything about that guy. I know he was just the funniest person. He's just the funniest person ever, and so yeah, when I got to meet him, I was, so starstruck, and I was so excited. I was texting him, and it's just like, man, no one else cares about this, but I was so excited.
For me, weirdly, and I didn't know this until recently, Power Rangers was huge on me, because and the reason I say I didn't know this is because, I grew up with it as a kid, but I went to Japan, and there was actually a live stage show of Power Rangers, and I watched the whole thing, and I was so into it, and then eventually after the plot came together, and they all came together and posed, I started crying. And I was like, this is some real shit inside me. I've never ever let this out until now. And now it's wow, this was such a huge influence on me as a kid, and this is everything that I've ever wanted culminated in front of me.
Mind you, Aaron, there was an explosion behind them.
There was, and a lightning bolt. It was rad.
And in that same note, that was just kind of the same thing for me. And that show really, why it fascinated me as a kid was honestly the biggest thing for me was I could tell there was a difference in film stock when they would cut to footage of them fighting. It looked different, and I found out they're cutting up a Japanese show and putting it in, and that was a huge inspiration on me in terms of editing and stuff. And I think that really started an obsession. Mixing different types of footage into a thing. I always thought that was really cool and gave it a unique look, and so, yeah, I agree with that.
Cool, you may all know I love The Simpsons. That was probably my biggest influence when I was a kid. I love The Simpsons so much. I got to meet Matt Groening once at Comic-Con, and I know he doesn't remember me. I was such a nobody to him at the time, but it was cool. Really important to me that I got to get a picture with him. And I also read a lot of Mad Magazine when I was a kid, which I kind of forgot about. And then recently I discovered all these old Mad Magazines I had. I was going through them and I was like, oh my god, this had such a huge influence on me. I only realized this now as an adult, because it's I stole that joke. Shoot. Yeah. I make that joke all the time. Damn. That's where it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima, as far as anyone that we've met in the industry that I've got to work with, he's just, all of his games are, vast games that I grew up playing and really shaped, me. And just the amount of time I spent in front of the controller with him. Meeting him was really surreal the first time, and a little easier the second time. And then the third time, I'm getting better at it. But yeah, definitely Hideo.
Cool.
Lightning round.
Line up.
Tied.